Hi guys, today we're going to talk about the engagement with your dog, and there's many questions about that. Many people are asking how to make the better engagement with their puppy or with their dog, because it seems like many people have problems with it. And um, I think I'm going to give you 10 tips, 10 very simple, fast tips today of how to make it better. The first tip is always be a good news for your dog. Okay, so when you bring dog a puppy, and it doesn't matter, is it going to be a sports project, or is it going to be just a personal pet, and so on and so on. You want to make sure that every time puppy see you, you are happy. Yeah, doesn't matter what mood you are in at this point of time. You always have to be a good news for the puppy. And if you have a bad mood, if you have a bad mood day, yeah, don't work with the puppy at this point, because puppies are feeling emotions, and it's very important for you to be a good news for your puppy. Rule number one. Rule number two, keep your sessions short. A little puppy, when you start training it, keep it under 5 minutes. Better 2, 3 minutes, not more than that. Because people get excited about training, they start doing something and they do too many repetitions of the same thing, and it's really not good for the puppy. Keep it very short. Um, Rule number three, always reward the focus and attention. Better here is to take the dish away, take food in your pockets, and every time you go out with your puppy, or every time you come home, you have something for him. And every time your puppy paying attention to you, and every time puppy is in focus to you, you must reward it. And reward, when I'm talking about reward, it's all kind of rewards. Yeah, there is food, there is toy. Very important is emotions, and there's many people have problems with that because they have bad emotions, and they give food, like a machine. They say yes, no, give a food, yes, no, give a food, and dogs do not get excited about this type of behavior. Yeah, it's kind of like scientifically behaviorist approach to the problem. Yeah, when they push the button and they get result, but they exclude the emotions from the process. You need to put the emotions into the process. You need to be happy when you reward your dog. Be happy. Puppy need to feel that you are happy when you're doing it, because they don't buy bullshit. You really have to be emotional when you do this, when you produce the reward. Okay, the next rule, rule number three, um, teach your puppy trust games. Okay, not trust games, trust exercises. So exercises like this, puppy must feel that here with you is very safe and very pleasant, and it's the best place in the world is to be here. Yeah, on your laps, and when you sit in the couch and watching TV, puppy is here, puppy is with you. He must trust you. Yeah, he must trust you on your hands. If puppy doesn't want to be here, if puppy doesn't want to come here, it's bad, and many people are strict about, oh, the puppy must be only in the crate or only on the floor, never on the couch, never jump on the couch, never jump at me. This is wrong. If you think this way, you're never going to get a good relationship with your puppy. Trust games, yeah. And also what I mean by that is anything you teach your puppy, yeah, you have to reward. You have to reward each simple little step. But you reward it when you introducing the leash. You reward it when you introducing a harness. You reward when you put a leash on him to go outside. You reward when you clip his nails. Each very little step, you reward. And by reward, again, I mean something that puppy can eat or play with, and your emotions. Very important. The next step, number five, tip number five, avoid punishment. By punishment, I mean physical corrections and emotional. Some dogs are very keen to your emotions, so you must understand that for some dogs, punishment by your emotions is way more severe than physical punishment. So you have to think about it. Yeah. So when you talk bad to your puppy, you're punishing him with bad emotions. It's a punishment. You have to understand that. So basically no punishment for the puppy. Yeah. So when you're raising a puppy and you want him to have a good relationship with you, avoid physical and avoid emotional punishment at this point when it's a little puppy. The next tip, you must understand that puppies, full grown dog is about, when you take in the people terms, it's a child of 5, 6 years old. When you're talking about puppy, when you introduce him to the world, you have to introduce him as a 1 year old. Yeah. So he just started crawling and walking, and think about that when you take him outside, how you support him for him to learn the new things outside. That's how you have to go outside with your puppy. That's how you have to introduce him to new things, because people sometimes when they have a puppy, they don't think about that. They say, oh, it's a dog, I have to do this. Dogs must do this. You have to remember it's a 1 year old, and take in consideration that. And remember, when you introduce him to new things, when you go outside, when you're teaching your puppy, you have to think of him as a 1 year old who is learning the world. That's how it should look like. What else? Tip number 6, be a partner with your dog. Yeah, but in games, when I'm talking about games, when I'm talking about being a partner, the puppy have to feel safe with you. The puppy would want to play with you. In games, a partner. Tip number 7: the toy must not be so important as a game with you. So basically, toy is important, but if puppy taking a toy and runs away with the toy, there is something wrong with that. With your relationship, puppy have to enjoy the play with you with the toy. When you have a toy, puppy playing with the toy, but he's playing with you. And when you give him a little toy, he brings it back to you, because he must think that playing with you with the toy is much more interesting than just have this toy in the mouth. If it's other way, it's wrong. So the puppy must be, you must be partner for your puppy, and a puppy must want to play with you. And here's next tip number 8. Let's play with other dogs. Yeah, let's play with other dogs, because when you play with other dogs, that when puppy plays with other dogs, it takes all the energy out of the learning and teaching process, and he fulfills his expectations and his needs with other dogs. And when he's playing with other dogs, he doesn't need you. And basically then people taking a puppy and say, hey, come on, let's go and let's work. And puppy say, no, with other dogs are way more interesting. And that's where we're talking about socialization. You have to understand that socialization goes to the point the dog is normal with other dogs. That dog doesn't have to love the dogs, and he has to be indifferent to other dogs, And when we do over socialization, I call it over socialization, when he goes outside, he's searching for other dogs to play with. That's a time when this type of socialization must stop. And this is the time when you say, hey, you're my dog. I be owner with you. I be a partner with you. I give you all the goods in the world. And I'm going to show you that play with me is way more interesting than playing with other dogs. And you have to learn to play with your puppy properly. And you have to learn to give proper emotions. So the puppy feel that you are a playmate. That's very important point. So you need to understand that. And probably the last tip, what I'm going to give you today is lower your expectations. There's so many people that basically taking a puppy, and especially when they want to do sport, especially when they haven't done sport yet, it's a first dog for sport. The number one mistake they make is they think that when they buy a working puppy, they already buying a champion. No, you buying a puppy. You are not buying a champion. Lower your expectations. Don't think that puppy must do something for you. Don't think that puppy must be great in all aspects. Don't think that puppy must right away play good, sniff good, and the tracking and all other things. It's just a puppy. For him to be a champ, it's a long way. You have to make this way together. So when you take in a puppy, let him grow up. Let him become a champion. They don't born a champion, as far as behaviors that we are expecting them to perform in the training field, because it's all training. But it's your job to make him a champion. Yeah, he must have a great genetics, of course, for sports and so on and so on. And if you think that only great dogs win world championships, you are wrong, you know, because championships, the world championships win trainers, not the dogs, you know. It's another thing that you must learn. So basically, in the world level, we compete not who have a better dog, we compete who is a better trainer, you know. So basically, what you put in a puppy, that's what you're gonna get as an outcome. So those are little tips for you. So take him, and hopefully you'll have great success with your next project. Thank you. Bye.